My name is Ija Charles, and I'm here from Columbia, South Carolina. I was a military kid, and I'm also part Louisiana, so I always call myself a NOLA Cola. But since I graduated from South Carolina, this is my hometown. This is where I come from.
From a young age, local artist Ija Charles has been creating art from any resource she could find. No canvas too big or too small. As a self-taught painter and now a well-known up-and-coming entrepreneur in the art world, this talented artist is transforming spaces around the state to bring a new beauty and perspective to our daily lives.
Art has always been a part of me. It was like self-therapy for me when I was growing up. Once I got into middle school and high school, I saw how it also affected others that view my work. So it became more of bringing positive lights into dark rooms instead of just me creating for myself.
Did you ever have like a this is it, like a aha moment where like this is what I want to be doing, like I want to paint? Was that after you'd already been, doing any and everything, just trying to get your name out there? Like when did it hit like, I can really make myself something out of this?
My senior year of high school. Prior to being introduced to paint, I actually did not have access to it. I was a make it happen girl. So when I would want to paint, I'd go in the woods, pick berries, just crumble up leaves. Anything that I could get colors from, I would just make it. And my teacher, Mr. Hicks, told me, I can't teach you anything. So whatever you want, let me know. And I told them that I wanted to be introduced to paint. They gave me the opportunity to actually purchase supplies that I never had previously. And I just fell in love with all the colors, and I never stopped ever since. What inspires me as an artist is just the emotion that it brings to people when they view my work. I feel like artwork should have a soul instead of it just being pretty. And when I have a story to follow behind it, people can take that with them even if they can't take the art with them as well. Where I find myself being in my element the most is when I'm outdoors. My parents used to always take us outside to the riverfront or just public parks and areas just so we could relax and just get our minds clear and just enjoy the beautiful weather. So I love to paint outside and just enjoy the breeze, listening to the water while I create. It's just meditation for me. The story I'm working on is between my dad and my little brother. Their bond was built from baseball, and honestly it was something that held all of the family together. So I just wanted to showcase the very start of when baseball really just affected our family. Because my little brother actually ended up going into professional, baseball as he got older. And it's just always been a part of us going to games. And I just wanted to just showcase that happiness of my dad when they first went onto the field together. As you'll see in my gallery as well, a lot of those pieces actually were created out here. I do a lot of client work, but when I'm out here, it's mainly pieces that came straight from my mind, which you'll definitely see there.
So Ija, I see you got a lot of different techniques going on in your artwork here. What would you say is your most used technique?
I'm very hands-on, so I'll say that finger painting is definitely something that I use in my pieces. I know brushes are traditional, but I just like to immerse myself into my work, touch it, and just knowing where I want the paint to lay with my fingers. I do that all day.
All right, yeah. And I definitely see that happening in this painting right here, which I absolutely love. I would love for you to tell me a little bit more about this one.
So this is my sunflower girl. Her name is I Don't Know You. I just wanted her to invoke the fact that she doesn't live by stereotypes. She might be pretty from the outside, but she's looking at you like, are you going to really get to know me for who I am instead of what I look like? And that's why I wanted her to really look down at you and just ask you that question.
And I definitely feel that her eye contact got me coming down the hallway. It stopped me dead in my tracks. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous piece.
Thank you. I don't like to limit myself as far as creating, and I always say the bigger the mural, the better for me, because it gives me a chance to just put my imagination out onto larger scale canvases. When I got the opportunity via West Columbia to do their interactive park for Columbia, South Carolina, I decided I'm not going to stop doing murals. It not only brought the chance for me to put my artwork on a large building, but also let the community speak through it. I got to showcase why it's fun to live in Casey. I was able to really just enjoy listening to the residents' stories of their experiences growing up there, and to paint on a 2-story building is definitely something that was up my alley, and I love driving past it every day.
Did you ever imagine it would be on a scale as big as this, where your schedule is booked and you're running around town trying to make appointments for interviews? Did you ever dream it this big?
I knew it would happen, but I'll say this. My dad calls me Forrest Gump. Because you remember that scene where he just got up and just started running because he couldn't run anymore? That's pretty much me. I just love the fact that people love what I do because I would do it regardless. Because my number one thing is, it's called Ija Art. Because without art, there'd be no Ija, just like there would be no art without me. If you don't invest in yourself, no one will. You have to live your best life. Do what makes you happy. Even if it's scary, it's worth the risk. I'm living in risk, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I know that my artwork can spark many emotions in people, but I know that a lot of people don't smile. And if I can do that, I've done my job.